Hey, it's Emmy, and welcome to this cozy adventure series where today we are going to work on building this cozy little greenhouse. But wait, we're building this greenhouse, but spoiler alert, it's not actually going to end up looking exactly like that because I built it and then decided it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be. But I am learning that that is part of the building process. It does not have to turn out perfectly the first time. Just keep at it until you like it. So stay tuned for that. Okie dokie, I have grabbed all the supplies that I have on hand. But we're definitely going to still need more. My goodness, all of a sudden there's like all of these sheep spawning in here. It's so cute. But anyway, we're going to need a bunch of glass because, in my mind, a greenhouse, it's all glass. And since we've got some really cool mods, I think we'll do some of the fancy stained glass varieties. And we'll need to grab some cactus for that because I want to use some green dye. And let me jump into FreeCam and show you that this is the area that I think we will be building in, which I thought would be kind of perfectly suited back behind the garden and the tree orchard. And then the other benefit will be that it's going to kind of start to feel like we are connecting our base over here with the rest of the adjoining lands. I mean, we can even do some bridges and, connectors like that. I think it'll be a really cool build, a really cool location, but we are going to have to go and do a little bit of supply shopping. All right, so the first order of business is we need to find ourselves a desert so that we can get some cactus. Or cacti, if you want to be pedantic. All right, so we will use the Nature's Compass mod to help us find the nearest desert. Oh my gosh, 5,000 blocks away? 5,000 blocks away. Whoa, that's really, really far, but we really don't have a choice in the matter, so I guess pack your bags because we are going on a road trip or a grass trip or a water trip. But one of those, we're going on a trip. Actually, it's probably all of those. Oh my gosh, move! And as usual, I promise I will not drag this out. We will only cover the highlights of the trip. But we have to put the adventure into the title of Cozy Adventures. I mean, will you have to see me get crappy loot sometimes? Yes. Yes, you will, because we are in this together. So to be honest, I have no idea what this is that we stumbled upon. It's not really like it is a village. There's no villagers or exactly house-like structures, just kind of random loot, weird structures. And for those that are not familiar with what we do in this series, we've actually got a mod installed that allows us to control how mobs spawn in this world. So we don't get any mobs that spawn because of light levels, but we do still get mobs in their natural structures or from spawners. So just to get you up to speed in case you're new here. But we'll just go ahead and keep exploring and see what there is to see around here. All right, now I know you saw that village off in the distance, and I am the first person to admit that the last thing we need to do is to go raid another village because, quite frankly, we've had enough villages that we've encountered, and there's not really anything that we need there anymore. We're pretty well equipped at this point. Usually the best thing we get out of the villages at this stage is bread for food, but this one was just really cute looking. It just was kind of quaint and colorful looking, and it just looked a little bit different than a lot of the other ones that I've seen. So I just kind of wanted to stop and check it out and see what it had to offer. I'm thinking it's a pretty safe assumption to think that this village is themed after a flower village, and I love that theme. And sure, once again, there was really nothing that we needed from this village. We picked up our usual, slices of bread and visited with a few of the locals, but, sometimes it's just kind of fun to stop and smell the flowers, if you will. I mean, just look at how cute this is, and it kind of gives us inspiration for maybe some things that we'd like to do a little bit closer to home. You never know. I probably should have shut those doors. And since I made you go with me through the flower-themed village, I'm sure that I'm going to spare you and I won't make you watch me go through this other village that was not too far beyond. I mean, after all, it's just going to be a bit more of the same, isn't it? Except, remember when I was telling you about how we've modded this world so that it's kind of peaceful, but not always peaceful, and that mobs only spawn in their natural structures or if there's a spawner nearby? Well, I also learned that there's a thing called zombie hordes, and I was definitely not prepared for it. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Well, I don't even know where they came from. I think I just hit the villager. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I've got 3 hearts. And now I'm going to die, and I'm going to have to go through this all over again, and we're going to have to go all this way. Oh, no, please don't kill me. I honestly, I don't even know what to do. I'm just trying to run. I'm hoping he's not following me. I can hear him. This is not good, you guys. Okay. This is pure instinct survival. Yes! Vote for the win! Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, that was so lucky. I was trying to figure out how I was going to pillar up. I have had several instances where boats have saved my lives. You guys do not underestimate the power of the simple things to get out of very bad situations. And this was almost a very bad situation. Oh, hey, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking since we apparently have a bit of land traveling to do, why not get ourselves a little horse helper to make our journey go a little bit faster if we can only convince someone to love us. Well, there's no hearts, but you're also not fighting me, so yep, we are friends. All right, well, I accept your friendship, Mr. Horse. Oh, that's crazy. A moo bloom. There we go. I'm assuming that is part of the Friends and Foes mod pack. So me and Mr. McHorse went back to the village to look for a waystone, and not only did we find one waystone, but oddly enough, there was a second waystone right next to it. I don't know why, but I certainly am not going to complain. We will add it to our waystone collection at this point. All right, well, that definitely helps so that at least if we die, we will have a much quicker way back. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have had my fill of villages now for a while. Let's keep on going and see if we can't find ourselves that desert. And I've got to say, I'm really glad that we grabbed this horse, because that's definitely been a huge time saver, especially going down and climbing up all the hills. Now, as much as I would love to pop on and say, here we are, we found the desert, I'm just keeping it real. Another distraction. Now, I know that we've actually just recently been to one of these towers, but I think it would be foolish to pass up such lucrative loot up there, like the block of netherite, as well as the diamond block. So the plan was just to stop by here real quick and grab the goods, and then be on our way. However, little zombie had a little something different in mind. What is it with the little zombies? They seem to be my Achilles heel here. They're the ones that keep giving me a hard time. I mean, all I needed to do was go place torches on the 4 spawners that are in the ground corners of that tower, but apparently it was just not in the cards for today. So I decided, you know what? The boat trick worked before. Let me go ahead and take that approach again. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I just could not get the little creep to end up sitting in the boat, so I just used the boat to make my escape and get a little distance between us so that I could take care of him more properly. Really, I just needed to eat. I was very hungry by that point. And once little man was taken care of, I was able to get back and properly torch the spawners in each corner of the tower. Now it is time to work our way to the top of the tower and get the goods. And of course I figured while we're here we might as well just do a quick sweep of the upstairs. And actually I would not mind having an extra thing of soul sand. And I'm pretty sure that's a lodestone. You don't see that every day, so might as well grab that even if we never use it. And now that we've got a silk touch pickaxe, we can start grabbing ender chests that we see along the way. Now, I think I might be wrong, but I think I've seen this before with these carpet patterns. I feel as though there's a trap door underneath one of these carpets. I mean, oops, I could be wrong. I've only ever seen it once and it was a while ago, but I think yes, I do remember correctly. I don't exactly remember what's waiting down here for us. I don't hear anyone. Woohoo! I guess instead of mobs, we have a booby trap. So this is way, way easier to navigate than all of the mobs that are trying to kill us. I always forget vindicators. That's what they're called. I always want to call them pillagers, but vindicators are the worst. All right, so let's grab the loot out of here real quick and carry on our way. Ooh, and Snow Blossom. That is a tree we have not yet seen, so let's go ahead and grab some of that. Well, it's looking like we are going to be taking to the water once again. Ooh, we've got a little house down here. Let's go down and check that out, but I have a feeling that this might be the end of the road for Mr. Horse, who I love and who has been helpful. Ooh, that is not a waystone. Not a waystone. Let's hope that nothing spawns and tries to kill us. All right, let me park the horse real quick. All right, Mr. Horse, I love you so much. You have been so good to me. If I do leave you here, I will come back for you. I'm not complaining. Not sure why nothing is spawned from this, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's see what we've got in here real quick. Ooh, all right, sharpness 3. That is definitely a good haul, and who knows, I might even grab a couple of cookies before we leave. All right, my faithful companion, I'm going to put a waypoint so that I remember where you are, and we will definitely come back here and bring you home. And we shall once again take to the waters. Hopefully the open seas will make the last leg of our journey go by a little bit faster, and we will be finding ourselves in a nice big sandy desert sooner than later. Oh, I don't know if this is officially the desert, but I'm happy just to see any kind of sandy region at this point. I've been faithfully following the direction of the nature's compass in our hotbar. And fine, maybe it wasn't the desert yet, but call me crazy, but I've just got it in me bones that we're getting close to the desert. Ooh, I will totally grab some lilacs for the greenhouse. I don't know if we have any of those yet. All right, come on, you guys. You knew I wasn't going to resist temptation. Is there a chance that is sand? I can't entirely tell. That is definitely a chimney. I know. Before you tell me, I know. But I have to go look. I mean, just look at it. It's like an entire bustling little city. I'm gonna peek. You know I'm gonna peek. How about I'll just go rummage through. I won't make you come with me. But if there's anything really cool, then I will show you. Deal? Deal. And I do just wish to point out that all of these little pillars scattered all throughout the village contain blocks of iron, and yes, I do plan to help myself. Thank you very much. I mean, good grief. I will say one thing about these jungle villages like this, though. They make me super, super claustrophobic. Like, I'm going to grab what I can out of here, and I will probably never, ever come back here again because I almost can't breathe going through these villages. They really trigger me. All right, the good news is we are actually getting super close. We are now outside of the jungle village. And this is really pretty with these flowers, but what is that glowing structure off in the distance? Ooh. Even though I know we don't have mobs spawning out here, that's still pretty creepy sounding. Ooh. Nice! Nice that we have a waystone. All right. Oh, gosh. I'm assuming this is going to a trial chamber. I've never seen an entrance like this before. I like it, although the howling in the distance makes it rather ominous feeling. But you know I have to peek. I have to peek. This is so cool. Ooh, all right. Not gonna lie, we might have to grab that door on our way out for the greenhouse. Oh, this is something that I totally want to come back and do. But right now is not the right time or place because we have the desert mission on our plate. We've got to just go get the supplies that we need, the sand and the cactus. So we will mark this on our calendars for another day. You saw nothing. Oh, behold, a most beautiful sight. Finally, we can start grabbing our cactus. We can grab our sand, and as luck would have it, we have got that waystone, so we will have a very fast track back home. And then back out of here again in case we need to grab more. So we can officially say, mission accomplished. I'm just so glad that nobody has any interest whatsoever in knowing what this building is off in the distance. Nope, because all we care about is sand and cactus. That's all we care about. Nobody wants to know what's inside over there. Right? Oh, wait, you do? You do want to see inside? Well, if you insist, we'll just go take a little peek. It's really pretty. Oh, that's not a good sign. So guess what? I'm going to chicken out on that too, and we will save that for another day as well. Oh, but I think we should grab some of this palm log while we're out here. Why not? But all right, well, we've got 2 adventures awaiting us out here. But we, for once in our lives, we are going to keep on task. And we are going to get these supplies back to our home. And that is something I've not seen. Oh, isn't that cute? Well, that's just precious. This is like the tiniest little base I've ever seen. I mean, that's built into the game anyway. I like it. All right, so before heading back home, I had decided I was going to poke around the desert just a little bit to see if there was anything else. And I did stumble across this village, but I wasn't going to bore you with it since we've been through a gazillion villages already. However, I did manage to find another waystone, and I thought, well, since it's right here, I'll go ahead and grab it, and we will put it in a more central location so that we can very easily access the desert directly. And upon choosing an easy location to get to, I also happen to stumble across this mine shaft. So we'll just go ahead and put it next to the mine shaft. The mine shaft that, of course, I didn't enter at all or explore whatsoever because I literally just got done saying that I was not going to go into the last structure because I was going to stay on task. And by golly, I am a woman of my word, and I'm going to stay on task, and we are going to take our supplies directly home without a single distraction whatsoever. In fact, it really kind of hurts my feelings that some of you would imply that you think I would actually go into the mine shaft and explore. I mean, gosh, give me some credit, people. What is that little creature behind me? At first I thought it was a rabbit, but I have no idea what that thing is. It's absolutely adorable. A mauler? It doesn't sound adorable, but it's not attacking me. You are so cute. All right, I don't know if he will despawn, but I'm going to take a chance and put him in a boat. And I will... Oh, wait, come back. I will try to figure out what you are, and I'll come back for you. After I drop off all of my supplies because I'm staying on task and not getting distracted. Yeah. All right, the moment has come. True to my word, we are home. Oh my goodness gracious, what an adventure. Okay, now that we've got most of our... I practiced that door. I practiced that. Now that we've got most of our supplies in order, we can finally go start building our greenhouse. But there's a few more things that we have to... There we go. There's a few more things that we have to get in order first, and I know I should probably sleep because it is nighttime out. Let's go the long way. It's so pretty out here though, and we never walk through it at night, and I just kind of wanted to show you the general ambiance. As you can see, we are making some progress, and I love the lighting along the pathways. But this will also kind of show how everything is going to connect together. This will eventually lead to where we are putting our greenhouse. I set up a little lava farm so that we could smelt down all of our glass and our green dye. Fantastic. And we're going to be able to make our stained glass for our greenhouse. All right, so I think let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and grab this so we can put it over there. Now the greenhouse is not going to be a big build. It's just a small build. It's more about atmosphere than function. For now, I think I want to just kind of get the foundation laid down. I will pull up the photo that we are using for reference, and we are not going to do this verbatim. This is just inspiration, but I really like the way they've got the stone at the bottom of it. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll, put our own twist on it, but I think for the most part, that should be good. All right, so this is going to be 17 blocks wide, and it's going to be, I believe, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, 11 blocks deep. So we got to make sure we stop in our middle part for some stairs. All right, this is going to be where our steps end up going. And I think theirs is like a double door. We're just going to do single. All right, so let's go ahead and finish filling in our stone wall with granite, actually. And go ahead and make it 2 high all the way around, just like that. All right, I went ahead and filled in the flooring material. And it's going to look a little bit off-center when we start placing down our pillars, but it will all make sense in a little bit. Now, I did do these pillars 4 high. They should be 5 high. I will catch that mistake later. And then I went ahead and ran planks all the way around because, that glass I think needs to attach to something instead of just sitting freely on the floor. And then once I got the pillars in place, I went ahead and ran some wood logs all the way around, connecting those pillars. Once again, just giving a little bit more structure to the build and somewhere for our glass blocks to attach to. And then, apparently, in my infinite wisdom, when I paused the recording to go make some stained glass, I forgot to hit record again. But I did eventually remember, and the only thing you missed out on was the peak of the roof. Completely standard, it's just stair-stepping all the way up until it meets in the middle. And then I just started the trim around the edge. And then I'm just going to follow the roof line with glass all the way down. I did actually try to alternate the styles of stained glass just so it kind of gave the impression of support structures in between the glass blocks a little bit more. I also reinforced that concept with some stairs going across the middle portion of the roof. And from there, it was just a matter of finding some various ways to add some more details to the build. But spoiler alert, there's going to be even more changes yet to come. And that's pretty much because I'm not exactly happy with the build. All right, so look, you and I have got to have a relationship built on trust. And part of that trust is that I'm always going to be extremely honest with you. When I went to go do the kind of the flyover, look, it's finished footage, there was just something about it that was really nagging at me. And it was like, it's all kind of the same shade of green, kind of all muddied together. And it really needs something to kind of make it pop a little bit. Unfortunately, the idea I have is not an idea I like whatsoever. But, oh, if you know me at all, you know what I'm going to say. I think I want to go into the Nether, which I hate so bad. But I really want to see what the warped wood looks like. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to go venture into the forbidden dimension that I hate so much. And hopefully we will be able to get some warped wood relatively easily. The thing we got going for us is there shouldn't be any mobs spawning in there unless we happen to spawn right into a fortress, but otherwise we should, fingers crossed, be relatively safe. Said no one ever when having anything to do with the Nether. Alright, let's run home and sleep real quick because that's going to make us safe building a portal and going into the Nether. I'm sorry, I will improve my attitude. I promise, probably. Alright, just keeping it real. There is no place that I actually want to have this portal, but if we have to have one, let's put it over on this little island in between our base and the village. And then, who knows, maybe someday we will build something, quote-unquote, cozy for the Nether portal. How do you make a Nether portal cozy? I don't know, but we will try to find a way. And remember, kids, safety is our number 3 priority. Honestly, I'm just not sure if there's going to be Endermen in the warped forest or not, so just in case. Yay, let's go into the Nether. Oh, lovely. This is actually what I would consider the worst biome in the Nether. I guess advantage to us, assuming that there are not mobs in the Nether, as there should not be because of our mob filter. Then hopefully it won't be so horrible, but still, that lava is our enemy, so we have got to protect ourselves from falling to our very bubbly, fiery death. Alright, well, once again, we are going to rely on the Nature's Compass to help us find the warped forest, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad, and we will be sure to pick up a few goodies along the way. And I was pretty excited to see that there was a Crimson Forest on the way there, because I am actually a big fan of the Crimson Forest. It just took a little bit more bridging across some fiery lava death below, and finally the warped forest was ours to explore. And very happy to see that the mob filter has in fact been working fantastically. I have not had any Endermen to contend with, no gas, no nothing that's trying to kill me, so thank goodness for that. And I've got to say, there are actually some touches of beauty in here without having things trying to constantly kill us. But in any event, I'm just as happy to be leaving here with the supplies that we need, and we can now return home and get back to work on our greenhouse. So even with this new wood in hand, I tried many different combinations, from accent trims to doing the entire roof, and just kept playing again and again with it until finally there was a combination that I thought was perfect for what I had in mind. So I just did a few more extra touches, added a few spots of color, and voila! I really like our finished results. I mean, granted, maybe there's people that like it the other way better. It just was a little bit unsettling to me with the colors all kind of muddying together. But this way, I thought there was some nice little accents to it. I changed the corner pillars to mangrove wood so it was a little darker contrast, which I think looked really nice with the warped fence posts. And then added some warped trapdoors for a little bit of an overhang. And of course, a pop of mangrove bench here for a little extra something. But I think it looks really cute. Oh yeah, and I made the entry archway a little bit less chunky. So let's take a look at the inside here. We of course have our beautiful floral arrangements over here on each side, with the spore blossom up above, which I think is really cool with the particle effects going on. And then I still got some open flower pots where we could add some other things, have a little bit of bamboo, and then we've got one more unfinished project right over here. I consider this to be kind of a little lush cave section over here, and I think it would be really cute if we could go get ourselves an axolotl to add to the display. So that is what we are going to do next. I don't know if there's anyone out there who agrees with me, but I actually quite like boating throughout the world. I don't know why, and especially this world, for some reason, it's been a lot of fun. Woohoo! That's kind of a fun little ending there. But did you guys see those great big Icy mountains, that is fantastic. This is the first little icy biome that we've run across. At least, well, maybe, I don't know. It's the first one that I've paid attention to. It's the closest to home. Let's go with that. But we are very, very close. We are actually pretty much on top of where it shows the lush cave to be. I just want to see if we can find an easy entrance into it. And I thought that was going to be it, but it doesn't exactly go anywhere. All right, keep looking. In worst case scenario, we can always dig down, but I think, I think we may have found our opening. I hope. I think so anyway. Well, we're going to find out because we are going to venture down there and hope it digs through. And luck was on our side, and it just took a couple of broken blocks to lead to our lush cave. It may not be the lushest of lush caves, but thankfully it did serve its intended purpose, because as soon as I got down into the first little green patch, I managed to see an axolotl playing in the water. It's a really cute one. I was kind of thinking that we were going to try to get a pink one, but these are really cute. This is probably my second favorite color. I accidentally did a little bit of poking around after this, mainly because I got lost and couldn't find my way out again. And I found something that I was not expecting to see. And at first I thought, why is there a little azalea leaf block sitting out in the distance? And as I got closer, I realized that is no ordinary little leaf block. No, that little leaf block, well, it was looking back at me. And it is adorable. The glare, I totally forgot about the glare. And there's so many of them down here. I guess, if I remember correctly, I think they have something to do with if there's light levels that mobs would spawn in. Of course, we don't have that problem in this world, but they're adorable. So we're going to take one back with us, grab a couple of diamonds that we find along the way. But, I mean, what would be more perfect for a greenhouse than a little friend to hang out in the greenhouse that looks like he is part of the greenery. So our little friend is going to go back home with us, safe and sound. He's just so cute. We have to think of a name. The first one that came to mind was Oscar, because he kind of reminds me of Oscar the Grouch. But if you guys have a better suggestion, I am all ears. All right, my leafy little buddy, here is your new home. I really hope you like it. It just seems really perfect for you. And let's dump out our little axolotl friend into his new home. I think it's really cute. Look at, you guys can hang out together. I mean, this is a normal greenhouse, isn't it? I mean, wouldn't you expect anyone to have a greenhouse that has a floating leaf block and a little swimming axolotl that apparently are now best friends? Oh, that really is super cute. Well, I guess that's it for now, you guys. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.